everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope. And no, your clocks are not wrong. I know you moved them up this morning, but we're on a half hour earlier, and we're on for an hour tonight. The special Selection Sunday Sports Buzz special. And with us to debate all the ins and outs of the brackets, back from his MVP performance in the Big East tournament, Peyton Siva himself is with Handsome Jimmy. And Handsome, I know the planets have all realigned in the world. Everything fits again because the Cardinals have won the Big East title.
I'll tell you something, Greg. I was 4 games, played outstanding. The Marquette half, that half we played played 6 more games like that.
6 more, right?
That's how many we're playing.
Is that how many we're playing?
There's no question.
There's no question.
And I got to tell you, in our defense, best in America. I mean, nobody's playing better defense than we are. The team up the road, you know, they took an L today, and I love every bit of it, because they might go out pretty early in this tournament. Because they're not playing very good basketball right now.
And joining us with Handsome tonight, a guy who I know agrees with everything Handsome just said, our own Joe Lunardi, Jeff Mason from Mason in the Morning, 1450 WQKC. And Mace, I know that you and Handsome will probably agree on quite a bit tonight.
I would expect we'd agree on one thing. He's certainly the best dressed here with the Peyton Siva uniform. I like that.
I appreciate it. I know it's the most expensive.
Mike, our guy Mike Flanders put together this jacket and dressed you tonight.
I mean, how can I
like a star?
And my wife Judy, she called, I can't go wrong, bro.
I don't understand.
Everything is going good right now.
Why isn't it orange? It's a new uniform look. Do they not have that updated?
The orange is not happening.
Okay.
I got one-time deal. You know what I mean?
I hope we don't. I don't want to change uniforms. I want to keep in those uniforms
I am kind of
throughout the tournament. Our number, 964-2121. We want to hear from you. We're going to talk about the game today between Kentucky and Vandy and Louisville's victory in the Big East tournament a little bit later in the show. But we're going to start right off with the brackets. The NCAA tournament, the field of 68 has been selected. Let's start off with Kentucky's bracket, the South region. Kentucky, the #1 overall seed. And looking at their path here, hopefully they play Western in Louisville. They start off in Louisville. Right. Hopefully they do play Western. I'd love to see that matchup. But I know, Mace, Kentucky fans have got to be concerned a bit about that possible second-round matchup. And I think the Connecticut matchup would be, something that Kentucky would be a little bit scared of because of that NBA talent that UConn has.
Well, I think that you could put UConn within any other team within the Big East. I mean, you've heard me on my morning show. I talk about the Big East. It's got a lot of teams, 8 teams in the Big Dance. Okay,
9.
So they put the 9. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see. What was the?
Louisville got in, man.
Louisville got in.
Louisville did get in.
The reality of the situation is, UConn is as good as Marquette. They're as good as Louisville. They're as good as Notre Dame. So it is a team you got to fear in the second round, and that is, a little bit disturbing to see. They do have NBA talent, so certainly they've got the ability to play a quality game against Kentucky second round.
How about you, Handsome, in your bracket, and we'll go over that a little bit later. Yes. You actually have Iowa State winning that game against UConn, and you think that, with their three-point shooting, could give Kentucky some trouble.
What gives the UK fans is great outside shooting, and this team can knock the bottom out of it. And I really believe the team up the road could leave the dance a little bit early in the Yum Center. Wouldn't that be great?
In the Yum Center. That's one thing. Playing Connecticut in the Yum Center, if it's Connecticut.
Right.
In the Yum Center, Connecticut has played, even though Louisville, that was the best game Louisville, up until the Big East tournament, best game they played all year. Trounced Connecticut, but Connecticut's played there before. So they played on the stage. They're 10 feet high. No Hoosiers, Coach Dale, Norman Dale. They're all the same.
We've got a pro team. It's a pro gym, right? It's a pro arena, and the case.
Yeah. So Connecticut, I know that was the one team you wouldn't want to see in your second round game.
No, again, Connecticut's a good team. They've got good talent. Why they haven't played up to expectations, that's a mystery to everybody. Of course, they're getting
their coach back.
Jim Calhoun back, coming back, and that's probably an emotional uplift. Yeah. Well, that's a good rivalry they have between the two. But you would think with the talent, with the emotional lift of the coach, it's a tough second-round game. It's unfortunate if you're the #1 seed going in and you're the overall favorite that you'd think you'd have an easier second game. But, I guess this is one way of just jabbing.
They do get to
us.
play it in Louisville, though, and then go to Atlanta. And we'll talk more about the bracket. Atlanta's a home away from home in the regional. We'll talk more about that South bracket. Let's go to Louisville's draw. Louisville sent out west. Seems like every year now Louisville's being sent out west, and I almost thought, as a 4 seed, you're supposed to get some type of priority to where you go for that first pod, that first.
Especially how good we travel.
Maybe that's why they're sending us out west. But if I was thinking Nashville, I was thinking Columbus. But Louisville goes out west, faces Davidson, a team that's going to play up tempo, try to score, shoot 3-pointers. It's probably good for Louisville and how they played this week. That up tempo style. While Louisville's playing great defense, it's that press. It's the pressing, the steals, the easy layups they got this weekend, and Davidson, they can keep that going.
Greg, I got to tell you something. Have you ever saw, and you've been a Louisville fan all your life, have you saw defense like they play on that press? Russ Smith and Peyton Siva. Coach Pitino says like 2 gnats or just gnats all around you. I think it's like 2 pit bulls going after, red meat. And ours is the red meat to them, and they own it. And I got to tell you something. Davidson's in trouble.
I'm still nervous about it. I'm still nervous about the first round game.
There ain't going to be no 3 losses, 3 in a row. It ain't going to happen.
If they win the first round game, I feel good. Even if
no, I agree. I think you got to convince yourself and to believe that. You've lost it so many times. You've been out, haven't gotten out of the first round. You do have to build yourself up to truly believe that. Davidson's a quality team. It's not a pushover.
No, and then they could play Long Beach State, who they beat earlier in the year, or New Mexico, Steve Alford, in the second round. But looking down the line, if they do play Michigan State in the Sweet 16, I think if Louisville, you got one upset in you. Maybe you got one big upset in you.
Great.
You may well take them down.
Michigan State, can they beat Memphis? They can, but can Memphis beat them?
Well,
athletic as can be.
Well, Craig, a lot of people would argue that U of L's already had their 3 upsets in the Big East tournament. Those are the
see what I mean,
Mason? That would be the argument that they played the best basketball. They peaked. You peaked.
We peaking at the right time.
Yes, we are.
At the right time. And we'll talk more.
This is the University of Louisville basketball program. You understand that?
I follow him.
Watched him. Well, it's like y'all played at SEC.
Mason was saying he didn't even know if we should get in before the Big East tournament. You didn't even know if we should get in the tournament.
He was debating that.
Here's the reality. The reality of the situation, I've watched U of L basketball with a lot of U of L fans this year. And everybody's saying the same thing. What is wrong with this team? They're constant confusion, upset. What's Pitino doing? Everybody has been down on this team. And the only thing I've done is repeated exactly what everybody from the U of L fans have been saying. So why am I a hater at Louisville? Just because it's just like you can talk about I can talk about my girlfriend or my wife, but if you talk about it, then it's a different story. Is that the situation? Because you guys have been saying the same thing I've said.
You said Gorky couldn't play a lick.
Well,
Gorky can't play a lick. Are you kidding me?
And he was out of like Kevin McHale the other night with those moves underneath.
During regular season play because he was very inefficient.
You said he didn't even change the game, man.
He had 2 games. 2 games.
He's like 110 shots.
8 for 8. And those weren't 8 gimmies. Those were 8 tough shots.
He has shown a presence down low that he wasn't showing during the year.
Offense.
He's showing that he's stronger. He's defending better. He's holding his ground.
He's defending great this year. Other than Anthony Davis, he's the second best shot blocker in the country, in my opinion.
He's not near as quick as Anthony is off his feet. He's not as agile. He's not as mobile.
He's not as good as
I don't know about the mobile. Can Anthony go out there and pick up a 6'3" guard and get down and say, come at me? You going to try to go about there, I'm going to pin it to the glass.
All right, our number, 964-2121.
It ain't break time, is it, Greg?
It's already break. We're at our first break. We want to hear from you. What do you think about the brackets, the Cats draw, the Cards draw? When we come back, we're going to talk about their weekends, how the Cats did in the SEC and the Cards up in New York City, Madison Square Garden, and talk more about the brackets later. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
Shop Watson's Best Buy sale for 40 to 60% off on over 50 truckloads of new factory early buy casual furniture. A 4-piece outdoor wicker group, not $14.99, now only $8.99. A 5-piece cast aluminum dining group, not $13.99, now $8.99. Over 20 different dining and seating groups are priced under $9.99 and as low as $2.99. Plus pay no interest for 12 full months. Only at Watson.
We have all the fun.
Hi, Joe here from Joe's OK Bayou. Sometimes a person's first visit here can be a little challenging on Cajun pronunciation.
I want some estouffee with crawdads.
What Bubba's trying to say is crawfish etouffee, one of our most popular Cajun dishes.
And some Creole and some Piscante.
Here, Bubba's going to try some Creole and chicken sauce piquante due to their healthy ingredients.
I don't know what the heck I just ate, but it was good.
Hey, here at Joe's, you don't have to be able to pronounce it to like it. Joe's OK by you.
It's okay by me.
Welcome back to the iTech Studios and the Sunday Sports Buzz Selection Night Special, presented by Sam Swope, Greg Brom, along with the Jay Billis of our crew tonight, Handsome Jimmy, and the Digger Phelps of our crew.
Oh, my Lord.
Jeff Mason.
Wow.
That goes over good.
Our number 964-2121. We do have a caller on the Goomer & Company Buzz line. Steve, you're up.
Hey, guys. First-time caller, long-time viewer.
Thank you.
What's up, Steve?
I saw a couple of things, just to answer a couple of y'all questions. I don't really like UK's bracket. Where they ended up, I feel like they have the hardest bracket out of any of the number 1 seeds. Louisville got off a little easy, if you ask me. But my big question to you guys was, in the bracket where Duke is and where Baylor is, do you think that Baylor can pull off that upset and knock off Duke and possibly overtake UK to take that Final Four spot?
Well, Steve, I think Baylor could beat Duke, and I have Baylor beating Duke. I think Duke is the team that got seeded too high, I think, is Duke. But I disagree, Steve, and Mace, I know you'll disagree with me a little bit on this. I think the South is the easiest bracket. I think Kentucky, if they can get – the UConn game is the only one that scares me for Kentucky in this bracket. They get by that, I think they're waltzing to the Final Four.
Yeah, I think the UConn is a scare because you don't know what you get. You may get they've got quality NBA players on that team, and as I said earlier, Calhoun coming back. That's a game that if you get through, I think it's a walk to the Final Four for Kentucky at that point. Now, Baylor, Duke, I don't think Duke's that good this year. I think they'll get upset. I've got them coming out to a little bit quicker, upset with Xavier beating them. But I think Baylor could give Kentucky scares. They're long, they're lean, they're athletic. But you get to that point, you're going to have a team of that caliber. So I don't think that's a big concern at that point.
And you know what, Handsome? IU is set up to be Kentucky's Sweet 16 opponent, possibly.
No question.
But if you're Kentucky, you don't mind that. You want that rematch, don't you? You don't mind playing Duke.
You don't mind it a bit?
Baylor probably is athletic, but doesn't always bring it every night. I mean, the bracket sets up, to me, really good for Kentucky, minus that possible NBA caliber opponent in the second round.
I think the second game is a key game for them.
Well,
don't you, Greg? I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, a game, both teams can shoot it, and UConn ain't live up to their talent. They got, like you said, they got probably 2 lottery picks. I mean, but they quit. They might give up. Kentucky.
They gave up against Louisville. They just flat quit.
Well, when you get a pounder like that, you're going to quit. You know, that's the way it is.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden, I'm not that concerned about UConn now that I just hear that. Well, I mean, really, at the end of the day, they're the 9th, team in the Big East. They've got the talent. They haven't shown it all year. Kentucky, you're going to have to win that game. You got other games to win, so it's just one game at a time. You just take care of business with them, and then you move on. The real thing that I also would look at there is the IU situation. I mean, we talk about IU, having beating the number 1 team in the country in Kentucky,
And beat
the number 2
right.
in Ohio State at that time, and then they've also got big wins against some other quality opponents. Why are they put in Kentucky's bracket? I think I don't have a problem with them being a 4 seed, but to be put into Kentucky's bracket where you've already taken care of business with Kentucky, move them off someone
So you
else.
think that you got a higher seed, or new member in another region?
Push them to a different region.
Okay, put it up, okay.
A little bit. I mean, that's a very TV friendly matchup.
You ain't worried about that game, are you?
I'm not. Actually, I like having Indiana.
I was going to say, it's unfair to Indiana. It's actually
right.
a little bit of a gift for Kentucky to get a chance for
I'll
a
believe
rematch.
that.
Let's go to Kenny, Goomer Company Buzzline. Kenny.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
Good.
Hey, but y'all realize that the resume of Louisville Cardinals, they beat half the team who won the championship today and yesterday at Long Beach and Memphis and stuff like that. Resume went up higher, and then I think that's why they went to number 4 seed. And then in Kentucky, they look so bad the last 2 or 3 games. And they talk about, Kentucky fans always talk about Syracuse, how they look barely win, and then Kentucky just barely win and then lost today. Then, I think Kentucky might get beat by Connecticut in the second round. Thank you.
Well, Mason, let's talk a little bit about what Kenny said about Kentucky, how they looked the last couple of games, because you should be the happiest guy, and a lot of Kentucky fans should be the happiest fans in America that Kentucky took this loss, because it was coming. Didn't you see it kind of each game? It's getting closer. It's closer. We're holding on by less of a thread every game. And aren't you glad to take that loss now?
Well, I'm okay with the loss, okay? It's not like I'm going to lose any sleep tonight. I mean, it's a season of, just a great season, a magical run we've had. I mean, I've watched Kentucky throughout the year, and every game I go in with the knowledge that we're going to put great effort, and we're not going to be confused with what we're trying to accomplish. And each step of the way, and the season's progressed, we've been phenomenal. So, at the end of the day, you're playing a tournament that by all accounts wasn't necessary. We were number 1 seed going in. We had nothing to win. We've played a Vanderbilt team twice this year. We've beaten a Florida team twice. Those are tough things to do, to beat a team a third time.
Right.
So those are challenges. At the end of the day, we were locked up with a 1 seed. I think Calipari took the attitude that not even wanting to play in this tournament. I think when you get to the finals, your expectations get raised. You want to cut the nets down, but at the end of the day, Syracuse probably benefited by losing the first round. They had 2 extra days to rest, and when you've locked up the 1 seed and you have nothing to play for at that stage. So I'm not that concerned.
Do you agree? Calipari don't like playing that tournament. Is he crazy? I mean, that's a champion. I mean, it's an SEC.
I tell you what, Rick takes the opposite approach for sure up in New York. He was in his element. That was like, I almost think that was part of the turnaround, was Rick was in the Garden, his stage,
big stage,
and he coached his tail off up there.
Unfortunately for you all, you're out in Portland, and I guess Rick doesn't play well out of Portland.
The key to it is he's on that big stage. He had him in the palm of his hand where he won them. I believe that.
For $7 million a year, he ought to have him in the palm of his hand on every game. I think the U of L fans deserve better when they go down to the Yum Center.
Well, it is a championship. I mean, a Big East tournament title is a big deal. That still is the marquee conference tournament.
No question.
And you 4 games in 4 days, even though I think Notre Dame's a bit overrated.
As a Kentucky guy now, I should be upset that we're not representing the SEC because
I didn't see the intimidation in the eyes of the opponents. LSU wasn't even scared of Kentucky somewhat. Kentucky, I saw a bit of panic. Did you not? Well, did you not see a bit of panic? Just a bit. Okay, Kentucky, it's good that this happened to them because at the end of the game, Vanderbilt took only like a six-point lead, but Kentucky, and there was a couple minutes to go, but Kentucky wasn't like running an offense to get a shot. They were just jacking threes up, out of control. It was like there was no system set to come back, like let's score 2, call timeout, foul.
Right.
It looked a bit out of sorts. I don't know if how you felt about it,
Well, we lost the game, so we were definitely out of sorts. I mean, there's no question. It's a game that we haven't played that way down the stretch, and that's okay. I think a lot of that had to do with fatigue. I think a lot of it had to do with playing 3 games in 3 days. And, again, when you're looking, you set your sights on the big picture. The big picture is what's coming up over the next 3 weeks. At the end of the day, that's what we're after. Is it concerning? Yeah, we took a loss. It's always a concern, but that doesn't mean we're going to, rebrand our style and shuffle and say, it's not Louisville. I mean, it is what it is. You guys have put together a nice run. No doubt about it. Played some better basketball you played all year. But who would I rather be? Who do I know? Who my team
let me
is
ask
and
you
who's going to
this.
show up next game? I'm confident Kentucky will come and play the kind of ball they play.
Whose draw would you rather have, Louisville's or Kentucky's? Louisville's path or Kentucky's path? And Kentucky should have the easier path, but
I think I'd like to have the Kentucky. Yes, I would.
Mace, because I almost think you might want the Louisville path. I think South's the easiest, and that UConn game's scary. But
easiest bracket, I believe that's
But which path would you rather have?
Well, I'd rather face Baylor to get to the Final Four as opposed to playing Michigan State to get to the Sweet 16 or in the Sweet 16.
But those first 2-round games, would you rather have Davidson in New Mexico or Long Beach, or would you rather have WKU possibly in UConn?
Well, I haven't been a big believer in the Big East from the bottom down, so I don't think UConn scares me that much. They couldn't get it together this season, and there's really no reason they can get it together in one game.
And that's another rematch you get. It's a rematch of last year's Final Four game, so some guys have a reason to win, or some motivation. All right, our number, 964-2121. Give us a call. We want to hear from you. It's Selection Sunday, and the Sunday Sports Buzz is all over it. Be back in a moment.
Pimp out your ride at Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road. That's Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road to pimp out your ride. They are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are the largest car audio dealer in the city of Louisville. No better place for paint or body work in the city than Smart Shoppers. You need rims, stereos, amps, paint, anything you need. Call 964-6652 or go to smartshoppers.com. That's Smart Shoppers, 964-6652.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfrell with the Becker Law Office. If you've had your Social Security disability claim denied, you're familiar with this: red tape. You need an experienced attorney to help you work through the confusing government regulations. Get the disability benefits you may deserve. Please call the Becker Law Office to help cut through the red tape of your disability claim.
Serious, experienced, results. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3s.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card featuring Chariot Run, Bardstown Country Club at Maywood, Rosewood Country Club, Indian Springs, Cave Valley Golf Resort, the Falls Golf Resort, the Bull, and Stonecrest Golf Course is available now. Get your golf tour card and play 8 great courses with cart for one low price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. You can play anytime, but you must get your golf tour card now.
The landscape of sports talk radio in Kentuckiana has changed in a big way. 1450 The Sports Buzz has the perfect blend of local shows and Patrick in the mornings, and Yahoo Sports Radio, The Freak Show with John Renshaw, has made its triumphant return from 3 to 5 p.m. The afternoon Sports Buzz makes that drive home easier from 5 until 6 with Greg Brown, Rob Jones, Trevor Kelsey, and a slew of others. 1450 The Sports Buzz also has you covered with the biggest high school, college, and pro games every week. Sick of the same old watered-down sports talk? Look no further than 1450 The Sports Buzz.
Keep your eye on 21 for the latest news and weather information from the local team that is working for you. Weekdays at 1 p.m. you can see Wave 3 News midday on Channel 21. Get the breaking news happening right now in our community and around the world. Plus the most accurate forecast from Kentuckiana's favorite weather team. Catch the day's news and weather at a time that's right for you. Wave 3 News midday, weekdays at 1 p.m. One more reason to keep your eye on 21.
We're having a ball here for the Sunday Sports Bus Selection Night Special presented by Sam Swope. Our number, 964-2121. We've got full lines, but we can take more callers, so call us, 964-2121. We'll get to those callers in a moment. I do have one question. We had a little debate off air, off camera, about the style of play being played by Louisville right now and Kentucky. Who's playing the better defense?
What are we worrying about here? I'm telling you, our defense is off the chart. I'm telling you, Greg, it seemed like there was 8 guys out there. I mean, think about it. I mean, they walked over the court. I mean, what was Marquette trying to do? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's like a red piece of meat and 2 pit bulls.
Cincinnati, 14 points in the first half. I mean, Louisville's defense is smothering. I think Kentucky... When we played Kentucky, Kentucky probably was playing better defense at that time, and with the shot blocking of Davis. But we have the next best thing to Davis, blocking shots underneath.
No question.
And that defense is I don't know if a team, when Louisville's defense hits one of these teams that has not seen it this year, I don't think you can be ready for that. I don't think you can if they're
Greg, good point.
Look at the quality opponents. You just played Seton Hall. Horrible Seton Hall. Couldn't even get
horrible. They barely got out. They were just left off.
Are they playing in the tournament? Are they playing in the tournament?
Yeah, Marquette's horrible. 18 in the
Marquette did not play a very good ball game.
Notre Dame was 20th in the country.
Cincinnati did not play a good game the other night.
I think Louisville's defense had a lot to do with that.
Again,
do you hear what you're saying?
Again, when you play a 2-3, now I know they've switched it up, and I don't know why, because we were hearing how great they were with this unbelievable 2-3, this 2-3 zone defense. Get your hands up, get back, get your hands up.
Trying to figure out the principles of that.
Right. How hard is that 2-3 zone defense?
But when you just agreed, Louisville had something to do with
the press has been the difference.
They've changed their game in the last 3 games to play more of an up-tempo, more pressure on the point, more pressure on the perimeter. And that's been a difference. Now, no question, they played a better defensive game. Give them credit for what they've done. But at the end of the day, the long stretches that Louisville goes through offensively is going to be their
that's why they'll play close games. They're going to play close games. So teams that they should beat on the seed line are going to be right there with them at the end. And it's whether they hit enough. The good thing about the press is they're getting some layups. They're getting some easy layups, but you have an issue with Shane not being able to hit a layup.
I mean, Greg and Mace, you all been around athletes all your life. I've never saw a guy that's got so much athletic ability. And me and Duke has talked about it several times. He dunks the ball. I mean, he goes on the other side of the rim. Look at bunnies. I never saw a player miss many bunnies. And he's a great player. Explain it to me. Can you explain it to me? It drives me nuts. It drives me crazy.
It has been. There's been a lot of things throughout the year that have driven Cardinal fans crazy, nuts, and that's one that's still perplexing.
It's easy buckets, Mace.
Those are makeable shots. I agree with you.
All right.
I wonder what's going on there. You think there's something else going on, or
I mean,
missing those easy shots?
I mean, is he looking to maybe get hit?
Maybe he can't jump high enough. I don't know.
Oh, he's upright. Are you kidding me?
All right, let's go to L. L, you're up.
All right. I'm a first-time caller. The question at hand right now is who's playing better defense. In my eyes, both teams are playing great defense, but Louisville, as I heard earlier today, when it gets down to crunch time, it's just too close, and it's just too tight of a game. With Kentucky, you got your 2 stars, you got Davis and Gilchrist, but they showed today, foul trouble. The team is totally different when they're not in there and they're not playing D like they should be.
Well, I'll tell you, Mace, you had a good point about something Vandy did during the game to kind of minimize the impact Davis had on defense.
Yeah, I think 2 things are happening in Kentucky that I don't like to see, but one of the big things that I was noticing is Festus Ezeli, once the guards penetrated and got inside the lane, instead of being there as a as an option for the guy penetrating to pass to, he essentially was bodyguarding against Davis from being able to step over, preventing him to be able to get up there and get his big arms up.
So he's blocking Davis out from the block shot, not from the rebound.
I noticed that. And the other thing that concerns me is how we're playing Davis on the perimeter recently. Even defensively, there's really no reason to be out at the top of the key when you've got a big center who's not going to shoot a 3-pointer. The only thing they're doing at that point, you got to hedge out and prevent from the pick and roll. But other than that, I think you can drop Davis back.
He's fallen in love with the 3-point shot now. Offensively, he's way out there shooting way too many of those now.
And I guess the theory there is you're going to draw the defender out to you, which should open it up for Terrence Jones down low. And you've seen a lot of alley-oops to Terrence Jones over the last couple of games. So big difference in the way they're playing.
Terrence Jones scores a lot. Kentucky's in a close game.
Well, I think
it seems like. He's playing good ball, but the teams are, right there with you. All right, little brother, what you got?
What's up, guys?
How's it going
tonight? Great job. Yeah, just comment about U of L, great win, but Cincinnati, Notre Dame, hey, I'm still not buying them. UK, they were definitely, I think they were sleepwalking through the tournament. They weren't on their game. They weren't thinking about it, and I think they come out big during the big dance.
What's Louisville got to do, Mason?
Again, the quality of opponents. I think you got to look at the big picture and who they just walked through. It wasn't that hard of a test for Louisville.
They just beat us. They beat us.
Well, they shouldn't have beat you. I mean, you gave those games away. Again, all of those games that you lost this year were winnable games. You guys have been saying it's
which
not
is
just,
encouraging.
It's just,
when you look
don't
forward.
yell at me just because I'm repeating what you all have said. So,
we have said it, but when they go on and win the Big East tournament 4 games in 4 days, and they beat Marquette, Notre Dame, and Cincinnati.
Well, in that game, Notre Dame looked as bad as any team.
They're a bit overrated. They're probably seeded good because they're like a 7 seed, and they should be down there.
And Marquette in that game didn't really come to play. In Seton Hall,
they didn't come to play.
When Louisville beats them, they don't come to play. But when someone else beats them,
they come to play.
All right, we're going to take a break. We've got Kent on the other side. We're also going to go through each bracket, give our picks for the NCAA tournament. We'll all have our Final Fours and our champion. When we come back, and we know a few of them already. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
How can you...
Goomer & Company Jewelry is proud to celebrate our 40th anniversary.
Hello, I'm Bruce Goomer, founder and owner of Goomer & Company. This is a family business, and we'd like to thank you for choosing Goomer & Company. My family and I look forward to being your jewelry store for years to come.
For over 40 years, we've been the largest gold, silver, and diamond dealer in the area.
Come see us on Hurstburn Parkway or visit GoomerJewelry.com and experience the Goomer difference.
What do you like about the Red and Blue Review?
I like it because we're a split household, and it tells me and my husband both all of the great things about our team.
I'm a real big Kentucky fan, but I like to keep up with Louisville stuff, too.
You get to see the pros and cons. They show the good, they show the bad. They show the U of L, which is the good, and they show the UK, which is the bad. I absolutely love watching the Red and Blue Review.
We've got more calls. I can't even write them down so fast. Everybody wants to jump in. Get on the 3-man weave here with Greg, Mason, and Handsome Jimmy. We're talking about the brackets and Louisville and Kentucky's path to the Final Four. And we'll get our picks here in a moment. Let's get to some of these calls. Ken, you're up.
Yes, I was calling. First of all, how you guys doing this evening?
Doing good, buddy. How you?
I'm all right. Well, I was talking about the game today when Kentucky and Vanderbilt was playing. Kentucky, what I call is a designer team, and they play with finesse basketball. They weren't ready for Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was playing football, and they was bouncing around and bouncing the big guy around and Davis in the middle, and that's what I saw. That's what I believe happened. That's why they lost.
I think Ezeli got away with a lot of cheap position fouls. There was a lot of illegal blocks. No, listen.
Cheap.
He made a great point. They were very physical, but that doesn't mean that they didn't do that in a way. Listen, it depends on how this game goes. The Big East, calls a tight whistle. Yeah. Louisville doesn't get a favorable whistle. The amount of pressure they put on, their game is negated. So it really does make a difference how the game is called. They were letting them bang down low, pretty physical, and Ezeli was getting away with a lot as he was posting up. Even Terrence Jones was getting pushed around. I don't disagree with that, but I also don't think that you've pushed Kentucky around. Again, I think that had a lot to do with tired legs, long stretch of games, and really a lack of. And
maybe just looking ahead, like we know this doesn't. Cal didn't put any importance on this tournament.
This tournament don't mean nothing.
It means something once you're there. I think the point Cal was making is, we've already accomplished everything we could accomplish. I mean, Syracuse was able to go to bed. We've won. The reality is we've won so many of those. We'll take another one. We won't deny that.
Coach Pitino's got a lot of trophies.
No, Coach Pitino doesn't. He's got a lot of trophies that are hanging in Kentucky's locker. That's where he's won his awards.
That's what I'm talking about.
So the reality is we'd love to win that championship that we're in.
But he just got one the other night.
But the fact is that we do play 3 games. The big picture is what we're after right now.
All right, Andy, you're up.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, Mace, I can't believe you would bring up fatigue back in Kentucky. That's about 4 or 5 people that I've heard that from today. Kentucky played at 1 o'clock Friday. Vanderbilt played at 11:30 Friday night. And they played the late game both days. I mean, how could they possibly be more fatigued than Vanderbilt?
Well, I would say that Vandy had a lot more to play for. I mean, the fact of the matter is they'd gotten beat bad 2 times throughout the year. So the opportunity to play Kentucky and uproot the #1 seed gave them a lot of motivation. That put a little bit more life in your legs. Kentucky, they didn't really need to play for much. Other than the fact it was a game that, yeah, they had to play, they want to win. So there's no doubt about that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're moving on to the game. We didn't lose anything with the loss, and it probably will make us hungrier as we progress. It's a good loss if there ever was one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that any Kentucky fan out there is like pushing a panic button saying, oh, my gosh, what I've seen this whole season is an aberration, and I don't, we know what we're going to get next game.
What about the 3 games in the tournament, though? Do you think y'all played well in them 3 games?
No, I don't think we went at this tournament with the zest and the emphasis that, look, when your coach comes out, right or wrong,
he
when
wanted
your
to
coach
lose one.
came out and says, look, this is crazy to play. We've already done everything. And he's right. At the end of the day, he is right. Syracuse is the team that benefited the most from this tournament. They got 2 days rest. North Carolina, Vandy, Kentucky, those guys played the stretches of games. Syracuse was sitting at home in bed getting a
There's
rest.
plenty of rest. From now to Thursday, and you only got to drive 70
but
miles.
I don't see Louisville going very far. That's the difference. I mean,
are you blind?
No, I'm not.
All right, let's go to Therminator. You're up. The Therminator. We got some new names today.
How you doing, partner? Go ahead.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. Fatigue probably, it was a little bit of a factor today, but, I just want to point out that there was one play in that Kentucky-Vanderbilt game that was a 6-point swing, and it was when Deron Lamb should have hit that 3-pointer over in the corner, and then he missed it, and Kentucky would have went up by 9 and took over the control of the game. But then when he missed that, which they had been missing shots all day long, Vanderbilt turns around and goes down and hits a 3 and cuts it to 3 points. And at that point, Kentucky got a little shaky, and they got a little bit selfish, like Anthony Davis had been talking about all week long during the tournament, like they had been doing. And that was, I think, the difference in that game today.
Yeah, I think there's a point there. The point there is that maybe we took it for granted. Maybe we were kind of coasting. Maybe we were getting a little bit too arrogant. I think Cal has the pulse of this team. And to think that you don't get to that point, that's one of the great things you have to manage when you have a team that's so dominant. You have to manage that talent and understand that from a mental standpoint, the chemistry and everything's working and clicking. This is the time to get it. So, again, looking back, I wasn't for a loss, but I think this loss does get you
I know Kentucky ain't arrogant. No.
Yeah, since when did they ever try to control that? I tell you what, but speaking of that, the chemistry of Louisville, though, right now, you look at the chemistry, that was a team that really looked like emotionally they were bonded.
Yes, they was in it. Yes.
Kentucky is...
you know we right. Come on now, you kidding me? You watched how we play.
I watched you play.
Give us some respect. We don't need nothing. We just go earn our respect.
Well, you do need to earn it. You need to get out of the first round and move on to the second.
I'm still nervous about that, Hayes.
That's what you need to do. You got.
We had won 60 NCAA tournament games.
There's no respect unless it's March Madness until you get out of the first round and make a dent.
Well, let Cal win a championship. Let's show me some. I'll give you some respect.
All right, let's go real quick before we go to break. Lazaro.
Hey guys, it's Jeff Mason's alter ego.
Lazaro Mason.
I'm picking the UK Cats to go down at the. I'm also picking a blue coat riot with more upset UK fans than inbreds at an Eastern Kentucky family reunion. And after this game, I'm going to go down to Saints Pizza and Sky Bar, the home of the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Rock, and I'm going to cry with Banksy Jones, and we're going to feel horrible about it after coming out of a horrible SEC tournament where we beat 2 mediocre teams and got beat by another mediocre team. Come on, guys, I'm on at 7 and 9 in the morning to talk UK, IU, and U of L sports. See you there.
Is Handsome Jimmy, is he like throwing his voice? Is it like a ventriloquist and he can throw his voice? It was impressive.
That's just a preview of your show in the morning.
Where are you? 7 in the morning? 7 to 9 every morning? Mason in the morning?
I will be calling in.
I'd love to hear from you.
I'm
Eat your Fruit Loops and come on, join the show.
I'm going to, buddy.
All right. We're going to take a break. Come back. We'll have more talk on the brackets. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Hi, I'm Jim Weeks. At MaxCare, no project is too big. We have the capabilities to handle the smallest residential project to the largest commercial undertaking. We even clean big houses like this one. And everyone has been abuzz about our amazing 4 areas for $99 special. We want to let everyone know that MaxCare also cleans upholstery, ceramic tile, and air ducts. We also install and refinish hardwood floors dust-free. MaxCare, locally owned and family operated. Give us a call, 636-4629.
This is the big one, Kentuckiana. The biggest sale in Oxmoor Ford's history. Over 500 new Fords available with our very best price clearly painted on the windshields. No negotiations necessary. 85 Fusions, 100 Escapes, 70 Focus, and 100 F-150s. All with our very best price clearly posted on the windshields. Ford Motor Credit is offering 0% for up to 60 months on select models. And clearly the lowest price on new Fords in the area. Now through March 18th, only at Oxmoor Ford Lincoln.
Hi, I'm Kevin Renfro, owner of the Becker Law Office. Our focus is personal injury law. I've been asked if that means just car wrecks. Not at all. We help people who have been injured because of unsafe conditions, product defects, drug side effects, denial of disability benefits, and other tragic injuries. No matter how you've been injured, call the Becker Law Office.
Serious, experienced, results. Call the Becker Law Office for a free evaluation. Just dial 3s.
Get all the secrets from your favorite local restaurants, Sundays at 4 and weeknights at 6. And see them all in high definition on Insight Channel 916. Secrets of Louisville chefs on location at your favorite local hotspots. And Secrets Live at Sullivan University's Kitchen Theater. Secrets of Bluegrass chefs takes you across the state. And Fridays at 6, take your taste buds on vacation with Tim Laird's Secrets of Resort Chefs. It's all local, all positive TV, now in HD, only on Ion 21. Watch Secrets Sundays at 4 and weeknights at 6.
We've had so much fun tonight. We haven't even got to any of our picks yet, really. So I want to bring up Mason's Elite Eight, Final Four, and championship game picks. If we can get that graphic on the board, Mace, and you can tell us what you were thinking.
Yeah, I'll be happy
to do that. It's not as crazy as I thought it would. Not as crazy as I thought it would be.
Yeah. No, listen, I think the Elite Eight, Michigan State, Murray State, Kentucky.
Murray State, you got Murray State all the way to the Elite Eight.
I
think they got a good draw.
Yeah, I think they do. So I'm pretty pumped to see them. I think they're the type of team that's play some tough games. The pace they play, the way they shoot the ball, lights out. Isaiah Canaan, great player.
No question.
I absolutely like Murray State. So
and you got them in the Final Four.
I do, along with Kentucky as well.
The SEC Invitational, Vandy there too with them. And
listen,
of course, Kentucky can beat North Carolina twice this year. You really think that?
Well, I think it's a tough game to win. At that stage, you're going to have any tough game. But I do think that Vandy's shown me, in even the losses that we've played, they're a tough team. Anytime you can shoot the ball the way they shoot the ball, they are very physical, so they've got a presence down low. I think they certainly would represent the SEC very well. And I do see more SEC teams advance in the Big East, and it's just the way my bracket worked. It just worked out that way.
Yeah, it's funny how it just has a life, takes on a life of its own. Let's get Handsome's graphics up there if we can, his picks. And Handsome, I think I had a good idea of who your champion was going to be.
These aren't in pictures instead of what?
Handsome, so you have Louisville going to the Final Four with Baylor, Syracuse,
and Carolina.
So two Big East teams. So Mason, two SEC teams.
Well, I mean, what are you,
Handsome,
Bobby Knight right now? Are you Bobby Knight?
No, I'm not Bobby.
Is that what you think that Bobby Knight?
Hey, hold on. Can I explain? Can I get the floor?
Can you say?
I know y'all try to dominate everything. Can I have the floor?
Can you say Kentucky? I
see the team up the road, what I say. Anyway.
Iowa State, he actually has Iowa State beating Kentucky in the Elite Eight.
The way they shoot it.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something, that's where they're going out. And I'm going to love it because it's going to be at the Yum Center. You know, but I mean, Mizzou, I'm worried about Mizzou.
Has Kentucky ever lost to the Yum Center? I'm just curious.
They lost to the Dominican team. They lost to the Dominican team.
Yeah, this time next year, ask me that question. Well, I mean, Missouri's going to be tough, but I got to tell you something, Greg. You just hit on the head. Missouri ain't running into a defense like we're going to put on them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a wave that just hits you, a dust storm that you have never seen before.
There's no question.
I really think
and I got to tell you something. And did the assistant coach left? I think Coach Piedmont.
Motivation. I'd love to see Missouri because that means Louisville gets past Michigan State. Let's go to some callers. CC, you're up.
Yeah. I just want to remind that the Kentucky representative sitting there that remind us how good Louisville would be if we didn't have the injuries that we got.
No question.
Sideline. The players that we got sitting on the sideline, just think how good Louisville would be if they still had them players playing. They wasn't playing under the what they've been playing up under. Look how Rick Pitino had the mix and match players out there to get where he is there, and we still won the Big East.
I had a friend tell me over the weekend, why are Louisville fans always talking about the past and always talking about the future? Because that's been the way things have been all year long. Now, these guys that are injured, they're not playing.
Big East tournament title, we're talking about that
now you're really excited because you do have something to talk about, but you haven't had anything to talk about. Not a good year. I mean, would we agree to that?
It was a rocky year. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a hater now because I'm just stating what you state as well. Now, the reality is you put 3 good games together.
4.
But I'm not going to jump on your bandwagon and say you can ride this train all the way to the Final Four. There ain't no way.
Well, I've got to see Louisville win the first game. I still am worried about the first game.
But did you hear what the caller said? The injuries.
Listen, I mean, we got John Hood sitting on our sideline, so we got other players.
He can't walk and chew gum.
He has a point with the injuries. All right, Trev, you're up.
Yeah, first off, I don't think Louisville's going to make it past the first round.
Are you a Kentucky fan, ain't you, buddy? You a Kentucky fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
But I want to say congratulations to Louisville for the Big East. Y'all did great game.
All right. Well, hey, I mean, backhanded compliment. We
I don't
appreciate
think it was back. Why are you so sensitive? You guys are so sensitive. I would think a guy like you. I mean, you played football, tough guy, big guy like you.
We just got to point out hypocrisy.
I think the guy mentioned that you guys put a good tournament together. I don't think he meant any ill will towards that.
Yeah, I know he did.
You know what? Louisville struggled this year, Mace. The tournament, though. I think you're devaluing that a little bit, maybe, in the way you feel about that tournament run. But they could go out and lay an egg. You're right, first round, and winning that first game, I think, opens the door for this team. Winning that first game of the tournament.
I'm gonna be like Ali. They're not going out first round.
Yeah,
no
guaranteed by Hanson. All right, let's go to Coke. You're up.
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing?
All right, Cole. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I want to say hi to Big Baby in the middle.
What's up, partner?
Hey, Big Baby, tell that dude on the side of you that he got the disease called Kentucky name, but he can get it cured. He can get it cured, you know what I'm saying? Take a fight for Louisville. Plus, here's what I'm saying. Louisville is a great team, man. He talking about in the past. Y'all Rutgers in the past. Come on, we the Ville, man. We don't be here.
What were you talking about? Were you one of those guys 2 weeks ago that was concerned about the way the Cardinals were playing? What was your thoughts 2 weeks ago?
Hey, this is what I said, dig. They got to get down like they live. They got to quit playing with it, dig. I'm saying you want, you got to go take it.
I like that call, baby.
Okay, all right. Oh, we got fireworks here tonight. We got one more segment left, so get on the phone, 964-2121. You want to jump in. And we're going to we talked to Bizarro Mason a little bit earlier. We come back, we're going to talk to Scratch Off Jimmy here to speak to his man Handsome. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Hi, Joe here for Joe's OK Bayou. A lot has changed since we opened the doors here 15 years ago.
Gas was around $1 per gallon. Blue Story was a craze.
Long hair was in, and I was single. But one thing that hasn't changed here at Joe's is the exceptional value and great service you get each and every day. Stop in for the all-you-can-eat lunch special, nightly $3 off dinner specials, a great happy hour, even $1.99 kids meals every Sunday. There's a reason why we've had the best Cajun in town for the past 15 years.
Who says change is good?
Joe's OK by you. It's OK by me.
You're going to love Louisville Athletic Club's solution to your fitness resolution.
For a limited time, join the area's premier fitness club for as low as $9.99 per month or no enrollment fee.
That's right. Join now for as low as $9.99 per month or no enrollment fee.
Call now and start your fitness resolution.
I thought all cleaning services were the same until Molly made my carpets fresh, until Molly made my bathroom glow, until Molly made my kitchen shine. I thought all cleaning services were too expensive until Molly made my day. Now, meet the cleaning professionals that work as hard as you do. Call this toll-free number for your free in-home consultation and customized estimate. Wow, Molly Maid was here.
The landscape of sports talk radio in Kentuckiana has changed in a big way. 1450 The Sports Buzz has the perfect blend of local shows and Patrick in the mornings, and Yahoo Sports Radio, The Freak Show with John Grinshaw, has made its triumphant return from 3 to 5 p.m. The afternoon Sports Buzz makes that drive home easier from 5 until 6 with Greg Brom, Rob Jones, Trevor Kelsey, and a slew of others. 1450 The Sports Buzz also has you covered with the biggest high school, college, and pro games every week. Sick of the same old watered-down sports talk? Look no further than 1450 The Sports Buzz.
We now have a new feature on our website. It's auctions. You can bid for even better prices on all the great items we have here at 21 Live. Go to our website, shop21live.com.
21 Live.
For picks, Kentucky versus Baylor, Michigan State and Missouri, even though I think the Cards, if they got one upset in them, possibly Michigan State. Throw those back up there. I can't even remember them, Trev. Florida State and Syracuse, North Carolina, Kansas. Final four is Louisville. That's Handsome Jimmy's. There we go. Kentucky, Michigan State, Florida State, and Kansas. Sorry, Mace. Michigan State beats Kentucky in the Final Four and beats Florida State in the championship game.
Good pick, Greg. That's a good pick.
Thank you, Handsome.
Listen, I got no problem with that. Something could happen. The ball doesn't bounce. You have a bad shooting night. Anything can happen. But not to put Kentucky up there contending in the Final Four, knocking on the door.
That second-round game, though,
that's just
legit, though. That's legit.
But that's clearly a bias. He has an agenda to win.
Kentucky should. He had Louisville losing the first game, though, right?
No. I've got Louisville advancing.
One round?
I think I've got them in two.
Oh, okay.
I got them going down in the second game.
You really should beat UConn at the Yum Center, you would think.
You
so,
should.
Even though you're playing.
Home court advantage, but you also had home court advantage in New Orleans.
And you'll have it in Atlanta as well. All right, let's go to our callers. Scratch off, Jimmy.
Hey, guys. Hey, how you doing? How's it feel to be sitting in the world's best city, the city of Louisville, the world's best Fighting Cardinals, 26,000 UPS employees, Ford Motor Company, GE, home of all the jobs, and nobody goes down to New York and wins 4 straight games. What are you talking about the past? The past is when Kentucky's lost to 2 Big East teams, West Virginia and UConn knocked you all out. And God, help me when the football season comes. Oh, my God, are y'all going to change the game to the 10th game of the season? Go Cards! Go Cards!
I think Handsome is a ventriloquist. He is a ventriloquist. He's throwing his voice.
I do not need to say anything. That is, congratulations, U of L callers.
I know our callers.
No, that was a great call. Very intelligent caller.
Will, you're up on the Goomer Company Buzz Line. Will.
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing this evening?
All right, brother. How are you?
All right. Mason, look at it like this. You run the gauntlet. That's what it is, I guess, in the SEC. But, reality of it is, who you all face since Louisville, Carolina, and such teams as that in Kansas? No one. I mean, Vanderbilt, I'll give them some credit. Beyond that, they don't get past the first round. And for what was the Big East in general, I wouldn't see you all go undefeated any time in the Big East because it wouldn't happen. You ran it there, you wouldn't run it there. And for what was the tournament itself, you're right, we did get past the first round, but I believe we will, and we'll see from there.
Again, again, Louisville fans, this isn't me talking. This is you talking. You said the same thing all year long. I didn't utter those words.
Not quite the same.
You guys
You put a little spin on it.
You were as disgruntled about this team play. You were sick and tired of the Rick Pitino comments and all the stuff going to the media. You guys were against this team. This isn't your team.
No, we don't throw our team under the bus like you guys do. We don't throw our team under the bus.
All year long, that's what you've done. It's been an unbelievable ride for Kentucky fans to sit back and watch what we watch and hear what we hear. And all we've heard is Louisville fans being so disgruntled. So as a Kentucky fan sitting in this chair, taking these callers who are drinking their beer and their vodka and sipping their wine before they go to bed, that's fine. I'll listen to them, but I listen to you guys all year long, and that's what you were saying about your team.
We weren't quite, we had not given up on the team.
No.
I definitely had not given up on the team.
We struggled offensively a little bit. Yeah, we had. Well, I do admit that. Go ahead, Greg.
No, well, absolutely.
I mean, that's it. We never thought
this was the team, Peyton Siva. With him playing like that, it is a totally different ball.
Way different.
Way
you know it.
All right, this is a real special guest, and you've been a bad boy because Handsome Jimmy's mother-in-law is on the line with us. Handsome, Mrs. Handsome Jimmy's mother-in-law.
Bobby, you there?
Hello, this is for you, Jimmy.
Oh, how you doing, hon?
If you want to know about the game, just call my son-in-law, Jimmy. And you'll get all the real details. Thank you.
Bob, I appreciate that. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
She seems like a nice lady.
She's a great lady. She's my mother-in-law. Are you kidding me? I got the best mother-in-law in the world. Prettiest wife in the world and the best mother-in-law. How can I go wrong?
Now,
They just going good,
Now, let me ask you this, Handsome, though. Did you have to put, like, a little screening test for the mother-in-law? Make sure she was a Cardinal fan. I mean,
you know something?
Did you ask that question?
From day one, I knew she was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But the key to it is, right there is a shock. I didn't know what she was calling. Mom, I appreciate it. I love it. I mean, I got to go wrong. It's going good, Greg. Let's win a title.
All right. All right, here's another title team. Bellarmine.
Oh.
Bellarmine Girl is on the line, following our team.
Hey, guys, how are you? First of all, shout out to Bellarmine, who knocked off Finley tonight, 83-63.
Good.
So,
Hey, hon, did Luke
That's your
play?
second favorite team there.
Hey, hon, did Luke play or do you know?
I believe he did, yes.
Okay, hon, go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, I got two things to say. One is, you know, listening to you all, it sounds like Louisville enters the tournament a #1 seed, and UK didn't just complete a 31-1 regular season.
I agree. I agree with that. It's unbelievable.
It's self-defense.
It's unbelievable how quickly
See how rude you are? Can she finish?
Go ahead, Bellarmine.
Do I get another one?
Go ahead.
Second point, y'all keep talking about defense, and other than, I mean, what happened today, UK held its first two opponents in the SEC tournament to less points combined than U of L did. U of L leads the nation in rebounds per game, blocks per game over U of L. I mean, they've been doing it all year.
Honey, you a UK fan?
I'm a Bellarmine fan first.
Good, okay.
But I'm a person who does her research second.
Okay, you know.
Handsome, I mean, Max, it's not...
I think
you don't realize what self-defense is when you throw the first. You tried to say that Louisville was seated too high. They didn't deserve their seed. That was the team you said didn't deserve their seed.
Can I explain my position?
Okay.
Louisville had a relatively weak non-conference schedule, correct?
No, it was better than Kentucky.
They went 12-0, right?
It was ranked higher than Kentucky.
Then they got into
Long Beach
conference play.
State. It wasn't as weak as you think.
Can I continue? If we're going to give Bellarmine, so you continue through the conference season, and they don't beat a team with a winning conference record throughout the year. And they go 9-10.
In the conference tournament, we got 8 seconds.
They go 9-10. That's a
good try. Good try, Mason.
All right.
Guys, awesome show. Can't wait for the tournament. We'll see you next week. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.